Okay, it's June 3rd. This is the review for the S&P 500, and we're going to jump right into it. So, a couple of things. Just bear with me on where I have these areas marked off. If you have followed anything I've been doing for, or watched any of these reviews, you see these areas that I mark off on my chart like this fairly often. And it's something that it's really just something I'm looking at. So I want a couple of things where we opened up today. We talked about a couple of areas. We said this 85. First of all, we said probably would need to take out this 04 quarter if they were going to really go up higher. That did not happen. It only got to here. But let's talk about this first. We said this CP at 66.75 60 maybe down to like 65.75, and the low of the day here was 65 quarter, so 2 ticks off of what we talked about in the pre-market, and we said this was a pretty likely target. So let's just put in perspective from this morning. We said likely, we would see a retest here. So this is 85, and we had a target down here. Let's just call it a minimum at 66.75. Let's just call it 67. That's 18 points. So we're looking to short here for an 18-point target, and we can probably do it with a couple points of risk. So pretty fantastic trade right there. Then you can buy here off of the CP, and we had this other price that we gave just below the CP, which was 2 ticks off of the low of the day, and the market just ripped out of here and ended up, it was basically one way up to here. And the rest of the day kind of consolidated and was sideways and nothing really fantastic. So didn't break out up above here. A really nice reaction off of this area. 18-point move down to here. Nice, another 18-point move back up to here, and then a really nice move through here. And then what's happened in the overnight session, they came down here to 79 quarters so far. So if you were selling up in this area, I scalped a short a handful of times up in this area looking for a bigger move down. There was no follow through, no momentum, so I hung it up and left. I did scalp these, it was hard to get anything more than 3 or 4 points throughout this area. So I scalped it a couple of times when there was no follow through. I just called it good. And then finally we did get this follow through over here. So we'll just have to see how things, not a whole lot has changed here. We could, there's still room that we can come lower. I'm not really going to do a whole, uh, mapping everything out for tomorrow and seeing how things go. But ultimately, we can come back down into this area. There's quite a bit of room lower. So we could see this. This is 59. I'll do one thing here and we'll look at tomorrow's prediction points just so you have a little idea here. We have here, we have this 60 half area. So something to keep an eye on with that. So um, below that, you can see it starts to open up down into here. So we'll just have to see how that all plays out. But I'll point out one thing. This 85 area, this 85 was a CP yesterday, and now it's a CP for tomorrow. And if you look, these are the kinds of trades I love. When it breaks up above here, it goes up into this area. If I'm shorting up in this area, I'm looking for 05 or for 85. And there's a pretty nice opportunity here, 15 or so points for a move down into here. So I love these kinds of trades because when this breaks, it's likely they want to come back here and try this again. So anyway, there's that, and we will be back here in the morning. We'll do the pre-market video in the morning. But for now, that's kind of, we'll see this area maybe a bit lower in here, but if maybe later on they can take this out and come down in here to the 60 half or something down in here. So we'll just have to see. So we'll be back in the morning. We'll do the pre-market video in the morning, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your evening.